You may be seated.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hello.
This is the case of Billingsley versus Broadnax.
Thank you, Jerome. Good day, everyone. Ms. Billingsley, you claim you alone have shouldered the burden of more than $10,000 in child care expenses, all because the defendant denies paternity of your daughter and refuses to help support her.
Yes, Your Honor.
You're suing Mr. Broadnax for half of those costs in the amount of $5,000 and claim today's paternity results will prove you right.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Broadnax, you agree you've not done a single thing for one-year-old Bailey. You argue that it's only because Ms. Billingsley cheated on you and you don't believe you're her daughter's father.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Ms. Billingsley, please explain your lawsuit.
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor. So my daughter is now 21 months, and I have been taking care of her since day one. For example, for her first birthday, me and Mr. Broadnax had decided that we were going to do her birthday party, and I had decided that we were going to, I'm sorry, just seeing her breaks my heart. I had decided that I was going to take her to the zoo and customize her cake, customize her outfit, everything for her. Go all out and beyond for her. When it came down to the date of ordering those things, Mr. Broadnax went MIA. I couldn't find him, I couldn't get a hold of him. Messages on Facebook, everything you could possibly think of to try to get a hold of him.
Your Honor, tell her.
To go
You should
ahead.
tell her what I have done, Your Honor.
What he has done for me, Your Honor, is
I'm not
in the
going to
beginning
take care
of
of
my
a child
pregnancy.
that might not be
my
mine,
first
Your Honor.
trimester was
I'm not
very
a deadbeat.
difficult.
I bought her a house. When she told me that she was pregnant, I had got her a house. I got her a car, everything.
Did. And that was the hardest thing for me because I've always worked. I've always supported myself. And when he would tell me those things, I thought he was going to do it, and he did. He did it. In the first trimester of my pregnancy, it became very difficult. I was almost unable to walk. It almost felt like I was paralyzed. He did everything for me.
I would rub her feet. I would rub her stomach. I'd talk to the baby through the stomach. I'd do everything, Your Honor.
He did, absolutely. We planned this baby. She was planned. When it came down to,
Your Honor, she skipped town with my baby, supposedly my child, and she's so quick to skip town.
I did, because of the fact that, one, there was suspicion that he was cheating on me.
There's suspicion she was cheating. Not me. There's suspicion she was cheating. That's why the baby might not be.
I'm hearing all these stories about you two planning this baby and being together during the pregnancy. What exactly happened that changed it? There were rumors of cheating?
There was rumors of cheating. I was 3 weeks pregnant when I found out I was pregnant. It was very early in my pregnancy. I found out, I was excited. The first person I called was Mr. Broadnax to share the news because I couldn't have been more happy that I was about to have my family. And then it came down to him moving back and choosing to party constantly. It was constant. And when I realized how constant it had become, I requested it to stop or I was going to leave.
Mr. Broadnax.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you hear her testimony?
Yes.
Is that true?
No, Your Honor.
What happened?
Okay, I'm gonna start from the beginning, okay? All right, we met, and it was just a quick process. We met, started talking, and then she had told me she was pregnant, just like that. It happened, just like that. So when she told me she was pregnant, I wanted to man up, be the father, or just man up. And then what made me start doubting is
and once I had the baby, he didn't do anything. He didn't do anything for her after that.
Because it might not be my child. I'm not paying for another man's baby.
So look at that baby. Look at that baby, and you're gonna tell me she's not yours. But there are days that he will deny her, and there's days that he will claim her.
When did you start doubting? Because if you're getting houses and cars and going to doctor's appointments, what changed everything?
I started doubting, Your Honor, when I was just chilling at the house, and then I heard her phone go off. So I picked up her phone, and she was messaging her ex-boyfriend. I seen a message, hey, and I miss you. That's as far as it went, but I miss you. If you're missing your ex, who else you missing? And then, okay, my friend went to college, the same college that she went to, the same school. That's all I told her, go to school. And my friend said he's seen her in a circle with like 3, 4 dudes all bubbly, laughing, ha, ha, ha.
I'm sorry, I
having a
didn't know
good
that
time.
colleges
But
only
then-
consisted of females.
But then, okay, but she's all bubbly in front of males and everything. And then when she sees my friend,
Am
she's
I not
just
allowed to
straight
have
faced
friends
and walks away.
that are males?
Okay,
Bubbly
okay, but
in
if-
front of
but-
males.
but if
I
she's
need
texting
more
her
doubt
ex-
than that, Mr. Broadnax.
No, if she's texting her
bubbly
ex-
in front of
Bubbly.
males is
No,
not gonna.
if she's texting her ex and texting her ex, missing her ex, being flirtatious in front of other dudes,
An ex
who else
that
is she
I-
being who else is she talking to? What?
So, did you ever hear a rumor that she was actually sleeping with someone else?
No, Your Honor, just my dad.
Was she with anyone else, to your knowledge, during the time of conception?
Yes,
Really?
yes. It was just earlier.
What is your
I have-
proof of that?
I have evidence right here, Your Honor, stating
Jerome,
the conception
can I see
dates.
that evidence, please?
Conception dates, mind you, Your Honor, that are an estimated. These are estimated.
If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell.
As you can see, her window of conception was between early April, mid-April, from the 10th to the 18th, I believe. And then that's my work schedule. I was out of town from the 6th to the 19th.
You were away for almost 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Okay. So when you started having doubts, you went to a conception app.
Yes.
And so you entered Bailey's birthday, which is January 5th, 2013. And then when you generated a estimated conception date, it came up as April 10th through the 18th, which was
When I was out of town, Your Honor.
the exact time you were out of town.
Yes, ma'am.
These dates are estimated, Your
And
Honor.
Not only that, Your Honor, okay, so we were together. I've got her house, as I said. About 3, 4 months, it started getting rocky. We started arguing a lot. Her claiming I was cheating, me feeling she was cheating. DNA tests, when I brought that up, she would always
That is a lie, Your Honor.
She would always get defensive, just like
That
right
is
now.
a lie.
You
When
see it
he
right
would
now.
request,
She would
when
always
he
get
would request
defensive.
the DNA test, I told him absolutely, there's no doubt in my mind. Let's go. Let's do
That's
it.
a lie,
So
Your Honor.
why-
You
She
want to
would
have a
always
DNA
refuse.
test? I'd be more than happy to
So
prove.
Bailey's
Then why haven't
almost
we
a
had
year
it
and a
yet?
half. Why haven't you had a DNA
So
test?
when I told him to go ahead and request the DNA testing in courts, he wouldn't do it. He wouldn't follow through. So why was it that if you're the one who wants the DNA test, why didn't you go request it? I know who my baby's dad is. I know who the father of my child is. I don't need a DNA test. So if you're requesting it, why didn't you go? When he
Why didn't you go, Mr. Broadnax?
No, Your Honor, she was out of state, and I always told her she never wanted to do a DNA test. I always tell her she'd get defensive.
I have been doing
Why you
this
do this?
on
You
my
haven't
own
even
from
do-
the beginning. I have proof, Your
Because
Honor,
I
that
have
shows
doubts, Your Honor.
I have spent over almost $10,000 on this child alone, being 21 months. That's almost $500 a month. I am 21
and you
years
say
old and a
he's
single
done
mother.
nothing.
He's done
I have.
nothing. When he said he would do it, it was his mom paying.
So your testimony is he's done absolutely nothing for this child.
No, I have proof, Your Honor. I have submitted
see your
pictures to
evidence.
the court showing a few
Okay.
basic items that I have purchased for her.
Thank you.
These are only a few photos of the items I have sent. I have submitted to the court over 75 pictures of proof of the items that I have provided to her.
She told me numerous occasions that the baby is not mine.
That is a lie.
You have
Really?
never told me the baby
I've
wasn't mine?
never told you that.
Ms. Billingsley, you've never ever, in anger, anything, you've never told him this is not your child.
She's lying, Your Honor. I have a relationship now, and that's when she really wanted the
You have a
DNA test.
relationship, but
Yeah,
he sure didn't have a problem laying me down the other night, did you?
She's lying, Your Honor.
I'm lying.
So you're in a relationship, Mr. Broadnax?
Yes, Your Honor.
But you were intimate with Ms. Billingsley the
No,
other
Your Honor.
night?
No, Your Honor. She just, I guess it's jealousy. I don't know what it is, Your Honor.
Ms. Billingsley, was he intimate with you?
I will take a lie detector test on that one.
If she's my baby, Your Honor, I'm not a deadbeat. I will man up.
Jerome, you think I should send him back for a lie detector test?
The ayes say yes.
Well, all right.
Perfect. Good.
If Bailey is your biological daughter, do you want to try to work things out with Miss Billingsley?
Man, Your Honor, that's hard because I know we have past conflicts, but if it is my child, I would want to build a family with this woman.
Does your girlfriend know this?
No, Your Honor.
Well, Jerome, I don't think we need a lie detector test now, do we?
Man.
As you can put that in bank and cash it.
I can see it in his eyes.
Yep. How do you feel?
Hurt, lied to, and not trustworthy. I don't trust him. Knowing that he can sit there and have sex with me while he's in a relationship with another woman.
But did you know he was in a relationship with the other woman when you had sex with him?
I did.
Well, then that,
Come on, Your Honor.
I did.
you
Yeah.
know, truth, honesty, they're two-way streets.
Oh, I know.
Trust.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But if he's willing to do that to her, why doesn't it make me believe that he would do it to me? And he's standing
Honor,
here saying that he wants to be a family.
If we
Then
could work
start
out our
doing something for
conflicts,
your daughter.
if we could work out our conflicts, once we get
What
this
are our
DNA test
conflicts
back,
other than the
and-
fact that you won't take care of your child?
'cause I want the DNA test. I want to know 100%
That's what I'm saying.
sure. And
Other
that's what
than
we're here
that,
for,
what
Your Honor.
conflict is there?
The only way to get past all of these doubts is to get the results. Mr. Broadnax, you have a relationship on the line right now.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you may, in fact, find out you have a beautiful daughter.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Billingsley,
Yes, Your Honor.
you gave Bailey his last name.
I did. I did.
And is he on the birth certificate? Did he sign the birth certificate?
No, Your Honor, I've submitted a picture of the birth certificate showing that he is
able
not,
to see her get born or none of that, Your Honor.
because he wasn't there for the birth.
Ms. Billingsley, if he's not her biological father, will you change her name?
Yes.
So is there a chance he's not her biological father? Since we're in court, we might as well go on ahead and tell the truth and shame the devil. That's what I say.
Absolutely, Your Honor.
So there is a chance.
I had doubt at first due to the fact that when he was out of town and we were constantly fighting, I did call somebody and one thing led to another. It was not meant to happen, but it was not in any time frame of the conception date. When I had her, there was no doubt. There is no doubt at all that that child is not his. They look alike. She has traits
But
that
when
he
he
does.
was presenting his calendar of when he worked versus when the conception dates were, you said, your testimony was, and that's just an estimation. Mm-hmm. So when you say you weren't intimate with someone during the window of conception, is that an estimation? That's an honest question.
No, it's not an estimation. It would have been too farther ahead to have had
Your Honor,
her
she only
in
calls for
January.
money. I just want these DNA results. She only calls for money.
I only call for money for you to.
Well, hold on, Mr.
I'm
Broadnax,
just trying to
before
get to
you
the
get up
bottom of
on
this.
your soapbox and start pontificating.
You ain't innocent.
You just said you wanted to be with her if the baby was yours, so you just leave well enough alone.
No, if we could work out our
Get
problems.
these results, which I have for you. Are we ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. In the case of Billingsley v. Broadnax pertaining to whether Arthur Broadnax is the father of 1-year-old Bailey Broadnax. Do you want to watch Paternity Court on TV? Go to paternitycourt.tv to find your local listings. It has been determined by this court. Mr. Broadnax, you are the father.
Okay, Your Honor, with that being said, I'm gonna man up, step up to the plate, and start taking care of my daughter.
She needs her father.
But I need time with her, not just money. You need to let her stay with me for time, not just send money.
Listen, before we get to where we go from here, you submitted expenses, child care expenses to the court that totaled $10,444. This court finds that Ms. Billingsley is in fact entitled to half of those child care expenses. However, the maximum this court can order is $5,000. So with that said, judgment for the plaintiff for $5,000. Now that we've gotten the money out of the way, let's talk about our bigger picture. You all have some work to do. Because just because we got the result today and it's a favorable result, it doesn't mean that the hurt's gonna go away, the mistrust's gonna go away overnight. That doesn't happen overnight. You create your own happy ending, right? And you write your own story. And for Bailey's sake, I want you to make the effort to write a positive story. A story that may have ups, downs, obstacles, issues, and yet when two parents continue and commit to working together for the sake of a beautiful little girl, her story has the happy ending it deserves. Do we understand? This court is adjourned.